Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the Horror Fan 88 channel. I'm back once again for another collection video. And of course, today I'll be showing you my complete Evil Dead collection. I started this off with reviewing every film in the franchise leading up to, of course, Evil Dead Rise. Now that that is done, it's time for the collection. And I'm really excited to do this. And this is going to be a bit different than when I did my Reanimator collection. You know, for that I just sat here and showed them one by one. This time I'll go to a different camera angle so you can see everything more up close and in detail. Also, I have created an Evil Dead playlist on my channel, which of course this video will also go into. So if you want to check out all my Evil Dead reviews and stuff, you can check out the playlist now. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into my Evil Dead collection. Alrighty, right here at the collection, we're going to start off, of course, with the original The Evil Dead. Starting off with my VHS copy right here, the collector's edition, digitally remastered. Classic poster art right there. Spine. The back, we got Deadite Cheryl right there. Of course, these are the hard cases, but yeah. The Evil Dead. There. Up next we have one of the original Anchor Bay DVDs. Cool ass cover right there. Turn on the back. The ultimate experience in grueling terror. Got the good old clam things right there. Open it up. When I bought this, of course this came with the booklet, The Ladies of the Evil Dead. Some cool stuff in there. For sure. And there is the disc. Right there. Next up we have the Elite Entertainment DVD. Special Collector's Edition. Once again, love that cover. Right there. Cool promotional shot right there. Love the inside of this as well. Got a great disc art there with Cheryl. Cool insert right here. Right there. So just a cool DVD. Next up, we have the Ultimate Edition DVD that came out many years ago at this point. But this was and still is such a cool edition to have. I always hated that there was a sticker there and it just left them marks. Bullcrap. But there's some cool ass artwork here on the inside. Flip it right there. That is, of course, what my original VHS tape looked like I had when I was a kid. But you got Ash right there. Flip it over. Another more artwork right here. Yes, this did come with a poster, but I actually have it hanging up on the wall, and I will show that soon. But great artwork there. Here's disc 1, disc 2, and disc 3. All cool ass artwork on the discs. And of course this is what it looks like without the discs in it, so you can see the artwork behind them. All great shots. To me, the Evil Dead franchise has the best artwork, you know, through every film. They're just so awesome. But yeah, I mean, look at that. Look at it. It's freaking awesome. Next up we have the Blu-ray, and yeah, I remember when this came out. It was just cool to have Evil Dead on Blu-ray, so yeah. You know, there was a 2-disc version as well, but I only got the 1 disc when it came out. But yeah, Evil Dead on Blu-ray. Of course, had to get this when it came out, the Evil Dead Steelbook. I actually got this at Target many years ago. I mean, once again, cool artwork. You got the classic artwork there. One of the great still shots right there, or promotional shots. And the discs. Unfortunately, no artwork on the inside, but I'm not really complaining about it. Right there. Finally, for the original Evil Dead, of course, we have the 4K, which I was pretty pumped when this came out. You know, I think overall it looked really good, sounded really good, and yeah. Of course, got my ticket from Evil Dead Rise in there. But yeah, you get the Blu-ray and the 4K. So, yeah. Evil Dead on 4K. Next up, Evil Dead 2. Got the VHS here. Once again, collector's edition hard case. Always loved that poster right there. Kiss your nerves goodbye. Evil Dead 2. Great stuff on the back. Open it up. Right there. Oh yeah. Of course, we have the Anchor Bay DVD with that beautiful artwork on the front. Love that. Open it up. Got your insert and your disc. Of course, there's good old Henrietta. Yes, we love Henrietta. I'll swallow your soul. Here's another Evil Dead 2 DVD I got a few years ago just because it had the classic artwork on it. But yeah, cool stuff. Right there. Good old Ashy Slashy. Next up, this is one of my prized possessions in my collection, I guess. This is the old Anchor Bay 10 right here. See, this is the stuff I'm talking about when I say that I miss the old Anchor Bay days, because they really put out some great stuff back then. You know, a lot of these tins, you know, they made tins for Halloween 4 and 5, Maniac, Hellraiser, Evil Dead. It was just so much cool stuff. Limited edition, tongue-tied. Limited edition, of course. Right there. Of course, I will open it up for you. Of course, first we have the booklet. Groovy. Great stuff, great pictures on the inside. Right there. Great stuff. Of course, we got the inserts. Right there. Mine actually came with 2 promotional cards for one of the Evil Dead games, Hail to the King. Coming fall of 2000. So there's that, and of course, you got the DVD in like a CD case. But yeah, so some cool stuff there. Put all this back, and there it is, the old Evil Dead 2 Anchor Bay 10. Finally, for Evil Dead 2, of course, we got the 4K as well, which, you know, I have a lot of 4Ks, and I don't know. I don't like the 4Ks that have like the little missing piece here, because it always seems to fold up, and I just don't like that. But you know, cool artwork on it. Some cool stuff there. Open it up. Of course, you got the Blu-ray and the 4K. And to me, this was my first 4K I ever bought, and it was also the first 4K I watched when I got my 4K player, and it looked fantastic. I mean, the picture quality was insane, and it just sounded great. So, Evil Dead 2. Next up, we have Army of Darkness, and this is my VHS copy. The director's cut on VHS. One day I will add the theatrical version on VHS to my collection. But I have always loved this artwork, but it's also always reminded me of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Like, there's like Ash as He-Man and Evil Ash as Skeletor. That's just what it's always looked like to me. But yeah, right there. Cool stuff. And this actually does have VHS artwork right there. So, cool stuff there. Next up, we got the old Universal DVD with great artwork. Love that poster. Trapped in time, surrounded by evil, low on gas. Great stuff. Also, this was pretty bare bone. I mean, nothing really to it. I mean, you got production notes, cast and filmmaker bias, film highlights, and theatrical trailer. Pretty much it. These next 2 were just Walmart exclusives that I got through the years. This is the Screwhead edition, but it just came with a glow-in-the-dark slipcover. Which, of course, if I see anything Evil Dead, I'm probably not going to pass it up. But yeah, the Screwhead edition. Right there. Next up, we have the pop art, which is just some cool looking artwork on it, but it once again still is the Screwhead edition. So yeah, right there. Next up, we have the Boomstick edition for Army of Darkness. Love that artwork once again. I could say that for pretty much every one of these. Love the artwork. Bruce Campbell versus the Army of Darkness. 2-disc set. Really cool edition here from Anchor Bay. Right there. Director's cut. Chapter selections. US theatrical version. You open it up. There's your discs. Once again, the director's cut and theatrical version, as well as a little booklet by Bruce Campbell, Join the Army. Just some cool stuff in here. Pictures. Yeah. Love that. Right there. Next up, we have the bootleg edition, which was such a cool edition because they really made it look like a bootleg. You know, Anchor Bay did a cool job with this, and yeah, really like this. Open it up, you even got that. I mean, that's just cool. So, of course, this was the director's cut, which featured, of course, the original ending to the film where Ash wakes up in a post-apocalyptic world, screams, "I slept too long," and falls. You know, I went over that in my review for Army of Darkness, but really cool edition there. Of course, next up, this is one that I could not pass up when it came out, and that is the Army of Darkness Scream Factory Blu-ray. Great artwork right there, collector's edition. Of course, mine didn't come with a slipcover, but I don't really care. You know, just to have this at the time and it be packed with special features and an excellent documentary. Just so much cool stuff. Right there, you got the theatrical version. You got the director's cuts, and disc 3 comes with the international/television cut, which of course you can have the reversible artwork as well, but because I already have numerous copies with that artwork, I just kept it on the new one. Finally, for Army of Darkness, this is kind of a newer one, I guess. I got it when it came out, and that is the Army of Darkness Scream Factory 4K, which looks really cool. So yeah. Pretty much own every Evil Dead on 4K now. I own them on VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, 4K, all of it. Yeah. Of course, when I got mine, it came with the little clip up here broken, but it don't really matter. It doesn't fall all over the place. But of course, again, you got the theatrical cut. You got the theatrical cut on 4K, the theatrical cut on Blu-ray, the director's cut, and the international/television cut. So, yeah. Right there. Next up, we got Evil Dead 2013. Right here, we got my Blu-ray copy, which was the unrated version of the film. So, had to grab that when it came out. And, yeah. Pretty cool Blu-ray here. And a disc fell out, because why the hell not? But, yeah. Cool artwork right there, and on the unrated version it's just a blank looking disc. But oh well. Finally, for Evil Dead 2013, we got the Scream Factory 4K, which once again, I love that artwork. You know, this was the artwork that I believe was on the Steelbook when that came out like a decade ago. But yeah, cool stuff there. Once again, I think it looks great. So this also does come with the unrated version as well. But yeah, so Evil Dead 2013, right there. On to Ash vs. Evil Dead Season 1 on DVD. Great stuff there. We got Ash, we got Kelly, we got Pablo. Such a great show. I miss it. I hated when this was canceled, and I will forever be upset that it was canceled. But, you know, if you have not watched Ash vs. Evil Dead yet, I highly recommend it. In my opinion, this entire show is probably grosser than any Evil Dead movie, but it's also in a funny way. And it pretty much has every bodily fluid you could imagine. And I do mean every fluid. But with that being said, Season 1. Of course, we have Season 1 on Blu-ray with the lenticular cover. Got this when it came out because I loved that artwork. I actually never took this out of the wrapping either. I just kept it in there, but yeah, cool stuff there. Love that. On to Season 2 of Ash vs. Evil Dead. Now we got Ash, Kelly, Pablo, Ruby. This was also such a great and even more disgusting season. Especially the morgue episode. Holy shit. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, anyway, Season 2. On to Season 3, or pretty much the third and final season. Which I know a lot of people, I've seen a lot of people anyway, kind of find this season disappointing because, you know, I guess they had to kind of rush it since, you know, they got canceled. But I still overall really enjoyed the season. Loved it. And, yeah. Right there. Season 3. Of course, Season 3 on Blu-ray as well. Because I just had to double dip, I guess. Finally, for Ash vs. Evil Dead, we got this complete collection that I got during Black Friday one year, and it was super cheap, so I was like, hell, why not? Love the cover on it. Right there. Season 1. Season 2. Season 3. Of course, Disc 2 is not in here because it's in my 4K player. I was watching it earlier, but yeah. So Ash vs. Evil Dead Season 3. And finally, as far as the movies go, I had to save this one for last, but this is the Evil Dead Groovy collection. Of course, this is the collection, but it does not feature Army of Darkness or Evil Dead 2013 because different companies own different things. But this is still an absolutely beautiful release, one of my favorite things in my collection. Beautiful artwork on there. The overall set is just fantastic. All the stuff that comes with it, but let's see. You got great artwork right there. You got Ash right there. You got hands coming through the cabin. You got the necklace that Ash gives to Linda. Flip it on over. You got the cabin. You got the grave. You got the Delta. Just so cool. Of course, you open it up. Dun dun. Groovy. Awesome stuff. Carefully take this out. Sit that right there. Here is the book that it comes with. Of course, there's Ash from Ash vs. Evil Dead. Great artwork once again. Cool stuff. Open it up. First up, you got the Evil Dead. Well, actually, flip this on over, and you have this artwork here. So, pretty cool stuff right there. You got Cheryl from Evil Dead 1. And then all these other people from Ash vs. Evil Dead. Of course, Ash, Kelly, Ruby, Pablo. Cool stuff there. Now you flip it on over, and you get the original Evil Dead, along with the 4Ks for Evil Dead 1 and 2. Cool stuff there. Next up, Evil Dead 2, with the Blu-rays for Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2. Love that so much. Next up, you have the Blu-rays for Ash vs. Evil Dead Season 1. Cool stuff. Ash vs. Evil Dead Season 2. Of course, Ash, Kelly, Pablo, Ruby. I love how they added Ash's lizard Eli. That's just funny. But there's that. Ash vs. Evil Dead Season 3. The Blu-rays, of course. Disc 1 and 2. There's that. Then, of course, you get a bonus disc with all the special features and stuff. So, cool stuff. And for the last page, you get some more cool artwork right there. You got one of the drawings from the Necronomicon. You got Ed biting Bobby Joe's hair out. One of the detectives from Ash vs. Evil Dead. So, overall, this is just a beautiful set that I love having in my collection. And this was just the little card that came with it that I did not feel like throwing away, so I just kept it in there with it. I'll carefully put that back in there. Right there. Then I have one of Bruce Campbell's books, If Chins Could Kill, Confessions of a B-Movie Actor. It has been years since I've read this, and I would definitely like to reread it again. It's a cool book, you know, a lot of cool stuff in there, and there's a picture from the behind the scenes of Evil Dead. Yeah, just a lot of cool stuff in there. Don't want to give it all away if you haven't read it, but definitely check the book out. Really cool. And then, of course, we have one of my Ash vs. Evil Army of Darkness figures here from Reaction Figures. Of course, Army of Darkness Ash right there. I got this from FYE a few years ago, and of course they definitely had a lot more that I would like to get, but this is still just a really cool figure to have. Then of course we have my Toony Terrors figure for Ash. This is like the bloody version because, I mean, there was like two versions of this figure, one with the blood, one with not as much blood. But yeah, cool detail on him. He's got the groovy look on his face. But yeah, and of course he does come with his boomstick that you could, you know, have him up with and stuff. He's got the chainsaw. Just a really cool figure that I love having in the collection. Then of course we have one of my posters for the original Evil Dead. Now, this is the one that came in the collection that I showed. Now of course, I am planning on getting a frame for it. But I do have it tacked up with thumbtacks, but so like calmly on the edges because I didn't want to put holes in this poster. So like the thumbtacks are like barely in the corners of the poster, but still, love that original poster. Next up, this is actually a newer addition to the collection. We have the Evil Dead Rise poster. Sorry for all the glare going on, but I had to show it off. It's new to the horror room or the man cave or whatever. But love that poster. And with that being said, that was my Evil Dead collection. I hope you enjoyed. Hope you thought there was some pretty cool stuff in there. But yeah, if you made it this far, this may be a bit longer video than I usually do. But hell, I mean, with that being said, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you on the next one. Peace out.